Let me ask you something real quick. Who did you have to become to survive what you went through? Because a lot of us don't think about that. We don't. We tend to think about what happened, but we don't think about how we had to make changes, switch up. And when I really sat with this, I realized I didn't just go through these experiences, right? I didn't. I realized I adjusted to them. I became more independent, more self-reliant, more guarded. And you know what that means? I stopped asking for help. Stopped expecting people to be there. And of course, it made sense at the time. And this is what I've learned. Survival doesn't just help you get through things. Nah. It changes who you are. It shapes who you become. And a lot of the things that we call personality, nah, that ain't it. That's adaptation. Yeah. That's some changes. Now, there's a few ways this shows up. First, hyper independence. Yep. You become super independent and you do everything on your own. And it's not because you wanted to, but because you had to, or at least felt like you had to. You know, you stop relying on people. You just figured it out on your own. And then, it became hard to let people in. Sound familiar? Another way this may show up is you become emotionally guarded. You don't open up easily. You hold on to things. You think about things over and over. Because being open didn't feel safe. So, you learn to protect yourself. Another way? You become the strong one. The one that everyone leans on, calls on for support. You the one that holds it together. holds it together and show up by everybody else. But you don't feel like you get the same in return, the same support. And you've gotten used to that. And this impacts your wellness more than you realize. Physically, emotionally, mentally, you drain. Physically, you tired. Emotionally, you carrying a lot. Mentally, you're always thinking. And physically, your body stays tense. But because you adapted to survive. And I want you to hear this. That version of you that you had to become protected you, got you through, but that does not mean that you have to stay that way. And at some point, you get to decide who you want to become.